Hey folks, Odd here, just with some late breaking news. This is coming from IntelliHub, or IntelliHub.com. Like always, I'm going to leave the link to this, but United States accused of planning avian flu in recent H7N9 outbreak in China. I said it, didn't I? I said it was a biological weapon. What better way to destabilize China before we infiltrate Iran, in Syria, and North Korea, than to plant biological war, or a weapon. So I feel China, or someone, planted it also, that same exact virus, one of their peoples, in Saudi Arabia. But it's different there, it's SARS. SARS was an old bird flu pandemic, mixed in with the H7N9 virus, which was originally from pigs, spread onto humans. Mix the two together, you have the H7N9 avian flu, bird flu virus. Now it's saying that pigs are getting infected with the H7N9 virus as well. Why? Because it was mixed with two, the bird flu and the pig virus, which was the H7N9. So here you go, folks. Amidst allegations by a highly placed colonel in the Chinese army that the U.S. has released a bioweapon in mainland China, concerns are ramping up that this year's version of the avian flu H7N9 may turn into a major pandemic. Told you, didn't I, folks? World War III's already started, and I've already told you that. It started off as a cyber war. This is the 21st century. China attacking us, the U.S. attacking them. Then bio war. And then now, full-on war. America's already proved its mission and destabilized the Mideast. All it has to worry about now, pretty much, is Iran. Israel can handle themselves with Iran. We're going to help out just a little bit, because Iran won't take that long for us to take down, trust me. We'll have that whole area under control. Think about it. South Korea, Japan, Philippines, Guam, now the whole Mideast. They're surrounding China. The reason why they're trying to amp up the ante in South Korea and get them all into a debacle is because they know North Korea is going to attack from that side. They want that extra territory. So they can also attack from that sea and also from that side and take North Korea out as well. North Korea won't stand a chance. So here you go. May 8th, 2013. The last few years have seen several false alarms on the pandemic front. Neither the bird flu of 2004 nor the swine flu, that's what it's called, swine flu, sorry, of 2009-2010, ended up being of much concern. Although agencies from the WHO on down certainly created quite a flurry around both of these flu bugs. H7N9 has already shown itself to have a high mortality rate, higher in fact than the Spanish flu of 1981, which caused 50 million deaths worldwide. The latest figures show H7N9 as having a mortality rate of 21 to 24%. Out of 131 reported cases, 31 have died and most remain on the critical list. The bug has already jumped from mainland China to Taiwan, and a number of articles on H7N9 have nervously published the flight paths out of China to the rest of the world. There's another reason why they did it, which show how quickly an infected person or persons could create a global pandemic. According to Kiji Fukuda, WHO's Assistant Director General for Health Security and the Environment, this is definitely one of the most lethal influenza viruses that we have seen so far. Already they are questioning as to whether H7N9 has mutated and is now transmittable from human to human. Of those who have been documented as infected with this flu, several are family members of others who have been infected. As quoted in courts on April 18th, the Chinese National Health and Family Planning Commission said on Thursday it could not rule out human-to-human transmission in the case of the Shanghai family. Two brothers, at least one of whom has the virus, and their 87-year-old father, who has the first confirmed H7N9 fatality, a husband and wife in Shanghai, also both contracted H7N9. I am carefully wording this statement. This is the website link here. I'll put that at the bottom for you guys as well. Who has declared so far there is no evidence of sustained human-to-human transmission. So the fact to that while H7N9 may have already mutated to afford the leap to human-to-human transmission, this has not yet been noted as a regular event. H7N9 is made up of 4 strains, which have been deleted. Sorry, much so late right now. As coming from a migratory bird in East Asia, a duck from the Yangtze River Delta, and then subsequently mixed with poultry. Its naval gene sequence is already considered to have enabled it to adapt to human hosts. H7N9 is considered to be resistant to the popular flu countermeasure Tamiflu. After Chinese PLA Colonel Dai Xu posted a scathing attack on the United States, accusing the primary global power of releasing H7N9 as a bioweapon on the mainland of China, the U.S. was quick to respond, denying the allegations. However, DX's accusation, posted on the Chinese microblog Sini Wubi, whatever the heck, I don't know if I'm pronouncing Wubi right or any of that, brings up an inconvenient fact. The United States has already been documented as violating the International Biological Weapons Treaty, known as the BWC, and has launched a covert program of offensive biological warfare research. Should the U.S. intend to launch a global pandemic for the purposes of population reduction and/or genocide, what better mechanism than to plant a bug in a faraway country to obscure the genesis of the initiating event and to make this appear as if this were out of the U.S.'s control and jurisdiction? The fact that several selected delivery systems for biological/chemical warfare have already been documented within the borders of the U.S. adds credence to the perception that a flu planted in another country would be used as a cover for a selective devastation of certain demographic groups within the first world. The declaration of a global pandemic gives the WHO the power to mandate vaccinations, overriding sovereign national law concerning the right of refusal. Vaccines and pharmaceuticals to double-line water systems. Any and all of these mechanisms could be used to launch a biochem attack under the cover of a global pandemic. Speaking under conditions of anonymity, in a recent interview, as well-connected U.S. microbiologist stated that he believed that the United States was launching a covert program of biological warfare which would selectively impact designated target groups. He also stated concerns as to H7N9 being one of the tools which could be used to accomplish a genocidal agenda. China, he also pointed out, has possibly the largest depository of rare earth minerals in the world. You can get at them with all these billions of people, or you can't get with them with all these billion people living right on top of them, he said. Now that makes sense too, because Korea also has some very valuable minerals there. A number of insiders, including Dr. Daniel Gerstein of the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, former Senators Bill Tillett and Bob Graham of the Weapons of Mass Destruction Center, Washington, D.C., and vaccination manufacturer, Dr. J. Joseph Kim of Invio pharmaceuticals have stated that a major global pandemic is likely to take place before the end of 2013. So what do you guys think about that? The U.S. New World Order has started their attacks on the world. The end is near. They shut down all of our borders, or down around the south, air defenses, Coast Guard. Now they're trying to force their crusade up. On the other side, we already have UN forces and stuff like that in America. The Obama administration, the bankers, the globalists, I should say all the elites, already have everything in order. They have their FEMA camps ready. DHS has bought a whole bunch of ammunition. Now they're asking for 2 million more rounds. All of these IED capable armored vehicles, the MRAPs, their drones. There's also evidence of drones already flying over the U.S. That was in an article earlier today. Be prepared, folks. They're coming for us. We're next. They're going to take us out, trust me. The New World Order is going to get what it wants. It's going to do everything it wants. It caused the global collapse. Forced bailouts on all kinds of companies in the government. And these global elite, and these banksters, bought them out. Chevy, Chrysler, Bank of America, so on and so forth. And the other ones that they didn't want to bail out, they let them collapse and had other businesses take them over. Like, look at Wachovia. Wasn't part of the elite, wasn't part of the banksters or the Illuminati. They let them collapse, and guess who bought them out? Capital One. Seems like corporations are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, don't they? And the ones that weren't allowed to get bailed out, they just let them collapse. Ones that weren't important to them, like Hostess. They're taking everything. They are in control now of Chevy, Chrysler. They already had control of Ford. Ford is one of the main Illuminati people that were out in the first damn place. He created this freaking industrial revolution. So think about it. If you own the banks and you own the automotive industries, two of the biggest moneymakers on the planet, you also control the Federal Reserve. What do you have? Global fucking domination. Excuse my French. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. And you also have control of the world's largest military complex, or industrial complex. So there you go, global domination. There it is, folks. It's starting. Be prepared. Get what you need. Get your guns, ammo, food, water, supplies, first aid, all that stuff. Find shelter. Get tools in case you have to leave your property. If the S hits the HTF, you need to relocate. Remember that. Staying in your house, you're just asking to be taken away or killed. So there you go, folks. Much love to you all. Please be safe, and hopefully the rapture happens before this all gets too out of control. Much love, and may God bless you all.